Welcome to my podcast. My name is Faith Nani, and the title of this series is called Dating Tricks and Tips. My channel is mostly focused on people who have absolutely no idea of how to start up a conversation or get a girlfriend or date. So this is the podcast for you if you're interested in that and you want to learn, because some people think they know all of these things, but trust me, you don't know. And what I say here in this podcast are things you might not hear anywhere else. There are really unique tips and tricks that you need. And today's first episode would be strictly for guys. It's tips for guys, and the title is actually how to start up a conversation. It's really important. A lot of people do not know how to start up a conversation, and that's really, really important. The first text set the tone for how the rest of the conversation would go. And once you screw up that first text, you've screwed up that conversation, believe it or not. And so I'm gonna be talking about a couple of don'ts and that you should not do when you're starting up that conversation. One of them is do not type hi. I know a lot of people want to say hi when they start a conversation with a girl, and you just type the letters HI, and that's it. I find that really, really boring, vague, and a flop actually, because once you type hi, the girl says hello. You ask her how's the day, whatever, and you guys start talking about stuff like that. You're now in a monotonous, linear, back and forth, boring conversation, and I kid you not, in the next 15 or 20 minutes, if nothing changes, that conversation is gonna end, and I mean die, for real. So do not type hi, please. That's one of the don'ts. Do not type hi. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people just start up the conversation with the word hi. Don't do it, please. The next is don't talk about your life story. And when I say this, I mean, do not say my name is this, my name is that, or like start typing up a paragraph about your life, how many pets you have, and what you love to do during the weekend. That would come later. For a first text, you have to set the tone. You have to leave a good impression, because actually the girl wants to know your personality before any of your life story. Sorry, but that's true. So if you meet a girl and you're trying to send that first text and you're talking about your life, your whole paragraph, she could care less at that point. Why? Because personality should be learned first before your information. Okay, personality comes first. So if she's not really into your personality, or she doesn't find you attractive, she doesn't want to know about that pet you have or anything about that. And I see a lot of people, a couple of guys texted me. The first text was about I'm not even kidding, a whole big paragraph about their life story. I was really bored because I don't know this person before from Adam, and I'm trying to get to know this person, and it's sending me a whole paragraph about their lives. Like, why should I want to know about your story? I don't even know who you are, because you haven't given me that reason to want to learn that information. So do not start your conversation with your life story, please. That will come later, but not the first text. Next, don't talk about the weather. And that's it. Do not talk about the weather. Please do not be boring. Don't be a weather expert, except it's your professional. But honestly, please don't talk about the weather. You're not a weather expert. Don't just it's 80 degrees today. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can learn that information if I go online or use my phone. It's not something that I want to know from you. You know what I mean? So don't not talk about the weather. But like I said, talking about the weather can be tricky, because you can actually talk about the weather, but in a creative way. But you just don't want to just start throwing numbers here and there like the weather expert or something like that, because nobody wants to know about that. Next is, please don't talk about the pandemic, because a lot of people see that now. I'm not even kidding you. When I start texting people on dating apps, And yes, I do use dating apps. A lot of people think it's a shameful thing to say you use dating apps. I don't believe in that, because I feel like dating apps, it's fun. It's, you get to know people, you get to know friends, and just meet people pretty much. And that's what I'm really into. I find that really attractive. Not really attractive, but I find that really fun. And it's not something I would lie about. So if you're there, you're deceiving yourself and lying that you don't use dating app when you actually do, that's up to you. But yeah, so anyways, on this dating app, I met this guy, and he started talking about the pandemic. So he was like, oh, coronavirus is killing a lot of people, this and that. I didn't find him attractive, so I could care less. You know what I mean? And I didn't understand why he was talking about the pandemic when he was trying to get to know me. Are you trying to get to know me, or you're trying to get to know the pandemic better? I don't know what it is, but so please, that pandemic thing can be really, really tricky. You can talk about the pandemic, but like I said, just like the weather one, you can talk about the weather and the pandemic, but in a creative way, and we will get to that. But if you're just gonna just talk about it vaguely without any creativity or any relations to the girl that you're trying to talk about, then do not talk about them. And this is my favorite one. Do not end your text with the words "and you" or "what about you." This, I see this all the time. I think it's okay for some people to do that, but I don't personally find that attractive, because that can lead a conversation in this monotonous way again, linearly, whereby I talk and you talk, you talk, I talk, just like that, and it's not natural, it's not comfortable, it doesn't flow well like a conversation would. So that's why I don't like that "and you" or "what about you." You know what I mean? And of course, this one is another big one. Don't do this. Don't text this. Don't say, "Hello, beautiful. I find you attractive. Tell me about yourself." That sentence right there, that word, "tell me about yourself," is problematic, people. Tell me about yourself. Be specific. What exactly do you want to know? Do you want to know that my dog died last year, or that my neighbor has cancer? Because I don't understand why people ask this. So when you say "tell me about yourself," you want to be very, very specific to what you're asking for. Are you asking for their favorite drink, or the favorite sport, hobby? Be very specific. And a lot of people think it's a way to get to know somebody, just letting somebody start writing that paragraph about themselves. I would tell you right now, when I feel like I have to write a paragraph, I get really tired of the conversation. I get extremely tired of the conversation. Somebody texted me, was like, "Hi, I find you really attractive. Please tell me about yourself." And then I was like, okay, what exactly do you want to know about me? Because I'm not going to write a paragraph for you. And it's like, "Oh, just tell me anything, baby." Like, what is anything? So that was a mood kill, actually, because then I was just so not interested, because he was trying to, literally make me write paragraphs. So, and for somebody you don't know, I don't want to write that paragraph for that person. So basically, please be specific when you're asking for that "tell me about yourself" thing. I don't believe in it. I don't like it at all. But a lot of people love to ask that question. So if you're going to ask that question, please let it be known what exactly you are asking. And the last one is, God, this is a big one. Don't follow trends, okay? And I'll get to this very soon here. They do not follow trends. I just simply mean, do not be psychotic. And that's me putting it in a really layman's language. Do not be psychotic, because I do feel that sending a picture of your private area to a stranger as a first text is not normal. So if you're doing something like that, you have a mental issue. And I do, in fact, believe there's something wrong with somebody's brain when they do a thing like that. And like I said, do not follow trends. I said do not follow trends because this has become a trend. Mind blowing, I know, but it has become a trend. One day I logged into this app, and I'm not going to say the name of the app because I just want to keep their privacy, but I do know for sure that I don't use that app anymore because it became a trend for every guy on that app to send me a picture of the private area of their nude pics as a first text. It happened the first time. I was like, oh my God, I thought it was just that person's problem for doing that. But no. Next guy did the same thing. The third guy, the fourth guy, the fifth guy, the sixth guy. I was blown away. I just didn't know what to make of that. How on earth will somebody just think that sending a picture of their manhood would somehow validate them? I still don't understand that concept. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around that. And that's trendy now because a lot of people keep doing that. And it continues to blow this mind of mine because that is not setting a first good impression. That gets you blocked, that gets you reported, that gets you literally blacklisted sometimes. And it's like it's so normalized now that and it's not even a guy problem sometimes because I feel like it's the guy sending this. But I met a girl. She sent the first text of her private area to one guy, and as just the first text, and the guy sent his private area back to her, and before they even started talking. So that made me start to question society and societal values. Because I know as the generation continues to come and we start moving to the next generation just like that, we continue to get corrupt, and it scares me. It's hard to talk about, but this is the truth, and somebody got to speak the truth at some point. Somebody's got to say the truth. And I don't know why that is accepted or why that is seen as cute or a trend, or I don't know why that is a thing. I'm still trying to understand what the heck that is about. And it doesn't validate anybody because all I do when I meet somebody like that is do nothing but block them out of my phone, out of my list. Because I have no relationship, no business with somebody who sends their picture of their private area to multiple girls around the world. And that what brings me back to that first text, private area picture, which is sick. It's sickening to even know that exists. Well, that's that. The next one is sending picture of your private area to a girl you just met. Bad. Some guys like to assume that girls are prostitutes and whores. That's another thing that I've learned, because I met this guy. The first text he texted me was, how much for a night? I'm not trying to sit here and lie to you, but that's what he said to me. How much for a night? That's all he said. I kid you not. And of course I was insulted because I stand here as a woman who respects herself. I don't prostitute around. I don't sleep around with guys. I don't do stuff like that. So the fact that your first text to me, you don't know me before, I don't know you before, you decided to disrespect me by asking me how much for a night, I think is very, very rude and disgusting of you. So, and oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Many guys do that. And this is why this channel and this podcast is gonna be really focused on dating tips, because people are confused. How come I'm not getting girls? How come I'm not getting a long-term, strong relationship, something real, something good, something fresh? You can get something fresh when you start to assume that the girl is a prostitute. Nobody wants to be with you because you are very promiscuous. and the girl has been misconstrued because she decided to guess and assume who she is before she actually tells you the truth. And that's one thing that literally kills me with just that real sexually motivated text coming from guys. It's not gonna be the first time, and I kid you not, if something does not happen, it's gonna keep going. Just stuff like that, and I was really, really upset. I didn't reply to the guy. I just literally blocked him because I felt like replying would be a waste of my time, a waste of my breath, a waste of my energy at that very moment. So I blocked him and I moved on to someone else who wanted to ask me how much for a night as a first text. And the third one on the same level of psychotic is sexual compliments. Sexual compliments. Somebody went to my profile picture, they saw my lipstick on and everything. He said, and I'm not even trying to, like I say, anything I say here is not a lie. I've gone through this. That's why I thought about making this podcast, to really expose all of these things that are happening and to give real tips and tricks, because people are now confused or deranged or something. I don't know what's going on in people's head. So I'm trying to reach out and help people at this point. So this guy told me, your lips are so soft, I just want to brush my manhood against it. That's what he said. Brush your manhood against my lip. I know he's complimenting that my lips look soft, which I say okay, but the idea of brushing your manhood against my lip is not something that I want to hear. It's not flattering, it's demeaning, because you've actually just assumed that I want to hook up with you and let you brush your stuff over there against my lips. So that's what actually kills me again. How people like to sexualize and like to downgrade women. This is the downgrade we talk about of what women face. But this is another big topic to talk, because if you start to give every mindset and opinion on just one perspective of the guy's perspective, you could literally go astray and be wrong, because girls have problems as well. You see a lot of girls, they have zero self-respect, absolutely none, zero. They are gonna send their private area pics, their boobs pics, just for how much? So I think that's the idea guys are getting, that girls are like that. So they're trying to generalize all girls as whores and a prostitute and loose. They can send their pictures of their private area and it'll be okay. So that means they can actually approach them as in their first text in that sexual way, and it will be okay, because girls have tried to stoop so low, lose such self-respect so much. Sometimes it hurts me, because of course I'm a lady. So when I see a lot of girls doing all of this, it breaks my heart, because like what are women trying to do? What are we doing to ourselves? Where is the self-respect, self-worth? It's not there. So that's why it's hard to just blame the guy. And when I see a guy approach me in that manner, in a really sexual, rude manner, it's hard to just blame just him. Maybe he's met 30 and 50 girls who are okay with that, who love those things, who like that kind of things, and just laugh it off and just love him more for coming at them that way. You know what I mean? So if I'm sitting here and I'm upset at the guy, he might be like, whoa, what? I thought that's how it works, because every girl I've met, they've been happy when I compliment brushing my manhood against their lips. You know what I mean? So right now we don't even know who to blame and who is at fault and who to hold responsible for the derangement of the society. We've learned about the don'ts. Now we're going to move on to the do's, how to start up a conversation the right way. And when I say the right way, is if you are looking for something strong, something real, and you're not just somebody who wants to brush your manhood against somebody's lips and walk away. And in that case, if you are interested and you want something real from a girl, use a catchphrase. I know a lot of people do not know how to use a catchphrase, because I met a lot of guys who try to hide, they literally almost become Shakespeare, and thou at your face, and please don't be cheesy. Nobody wants to sit here and see you act like freaking Beethoven. So don't be cheesy, showcase your personality, because that's the whole concept behind catchphrases. Pretty much, it's just to show who you are and showcase your personality. Remember that first impressions matter. Be original, don't try too hard. So I recommend you using a catchphrase. Of course, if you're not the extroverted type, you're more introverted, still use the catchphrase. Be creative, but your catchphrase can lean towards that introverted way by maybe complimenting a profile picture or talking about some of the, well, we're gonna get to that. So yeah, just use the catchphrase. And the next thing, like I said, compliment something specific in the profile picture that you like. It shows you're attentive. A lot of guys don't know this trick. Instead of just walking up to a girl or texting a girl, hi, take that time to go to her profile picture, see something that you like, and compliment that as your first text or something. Because there we go, she's like, oh my god, I didn't know he noticed this. I love this in my profile picture. So the fact that he noticed this shows that he's attentive. That can actually make her attractive to you. You know what I mean? Attracted to you because you are showing that attentiveness, which a lot of girls like. Next, if you want to talk about the weather, now we're back to the weather one. If you want to talk about the weather, talk about it in a way that relates to the girl or person. For example, if there is a snowstorm going on, you could say this: hello beautiful, with the rough snowstorm going on, I hope your home stay nice and warm. You know what I mean? And noticed I said, I hope your home stay nice and warm, question mark. With the question mark, you don't have to use the word and you or what about you or what of that. You're just making a statement, almost like a question. No, it's a question actually. And of course, what you said, that first text would make her reply to you because you asked her a question. If she's staying home nice and warm, of course she will reply like, oh, of course I'm staying home nice and warm, thanks for asking. Just like that, you've started your conversation in a really high note, because then she knows, oh, this guy cares about me, asking me if I'm home nice and warm. Like, I would like someone to ask me that. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying hi, you could do this instead. And of course, when you're talking about the weather, make sure that the person is in your specific region and that person is going through the snowstorm as you are going through, because you don't want to talk about snowstorm when somebody is at freaking the next continent going through hot heat sun. So you got to make sure that you're looking at the region, of course, and making sure everything sounds good. The next thing, call out the characteristics they have that you find attractive. And this could be, for example, right, you can say, I would do anything to see those dimples in real life. Hey beautiful, I hope your day is going just fine to keep those charming dimples on those cheeks. Again, you don't have to make it cheesy. This is just examples. This might not be the perfect way of going it because everyone is so creative. You can come up with something better. But all I'm saying is you can look at something in the profile picture. That's why I do believe that people should take that time and look at that profile picture. Don't just see, oh, a girl, hi. No, don't do that. Go to their profile picture, see something you like, compliment them in a creative way. And make sure you always end in a question. With a question, like question mark, please. Like, look at this. I would do anything to see those dimples on your in real life. Hey beautiful, I hope your day is going just fine to keep those charming dimples on your cheeks, question mark. And she was like, oh yeah, my day is going just fine to keep those dimples on my cheek. Oh my god, you recognize my dimples, thank you. Yeah, you know what I mean? You get the idea? Next, if you left a good impression, she would reply to you. It's not rocket science. She would reply to you if you left a good impression. And make sure that you end in a creative question. Like I've said, she would most definitely reply to you being flattered by your warm gestures towards her. And also remember that the first text Set the tone for the rest of the conversation. First impressions matter. Don't ruin the chat with the first text. And before I go, I want to read you 2 examples of conversations. One is a bad one and one is a good one. And you're going to see how everything just flowed. And you're going to see what I mean by the first text and making a good impression. That first impression is really important. So this is the bad first text conversation example. So listen carefully. So the guy said, "Hi there." He started with the hi. He said, "Hi there." The girl said, "Hello." Guy, "How's it going?" Girl, "It's going good." Guy, "Tell me about yourself. I find you attractive." Girl, "Wow, thanks. But what exactly would you like to know?" Guy, "Just anything, baby. Favorite sports, drink, hobby, pets." Girl, "Wow, this would almost take a paragraph. I'll just give you keywords to save time. Soccer, Pepsi, ice skating, too." Guy, "Oh, cool. I love ice skating, too." Girl, "Wow. How often do you skate?" Guy, "Every Saturday." "Oh, cool." Guy, "Yeah." Girl, "Well, I need to go. I need to make dinner. It was nice chatting with you." Guy, "You too. Hopefully we can chat again soon." Girl, "Yeah, hopefully." And she capitalized that hopefully for a reason, because she's giving you a sign there. And of course, 5 minutes later, the girl is preparing dinner on her phone, pretty much texting other guys, looking for somebody with a better conversation starter. You know what I mean? So you can see that the guy started with the hi, that passive, vague rubbish. I hate the word hi. I mean, it's good to say hi to people, but don't start your conversation with the word hi. Trust me, it's not a good one. So you can clearly see how that conversation just came down. It was so linear, monotonous, you talk, I talk, and everything just started going straight down as it started. Actually, it went down to not as it started. So with the hi there, that was the set of the tone, a boring tone, and everything just ended. And not to mention, the next day, when he tried to text her, he wasn't able to text her because she had blocked him. So that's it. Now let's talk about the great first conversation example. So the guy said, "Hello, beautiful. With the rough weather and snowstorm, I hope you're home staying nice and warm." That's what he said. The girl said, "Yeah, I'm actually home making dinner." Guy, "Not only are you pretty, you know how to set a table. Sounds like a wifey to me." Girl, "LOL, I just try." Guy, "Well, you're doing a good job, baby. How was your day?" Girl, "I went shopping, completed my classes, and took a nap." Guy, "Cool. What college do you attend?" Girl, "St. Cloud." Guy, "No way. Same here. Seems I won't have to wait long to see you and make you mine for good." Girl, "LOL. I know you live in St. Cloud, but I didn't know you attend St. Cloud State University." Guy, "Sounds like you're as happy as I am, baby." Girl, "Well, kinda. Why are you on this app? What are you looking for?" Guy, "I was looking for a girlfriend, but I already found one." Girl, "Oh." Guy, "Yeah, you." Girl, "LOL, you're so funny. You know nothing about me." Guy, "I know something about you. You're a pretty college student at St. Cloud." Girl, "LOL, well, true, but I don't know anything about you. Ask me anything, baby. I'm all yours." And you get a gist. Just like that, in fact, the conversation is just going smooth like butter. They can't even stop at this point. You see? So that's why that first text is the key. You start with the word hi, or you start in a boring tone, you are going down. So he started in a real upbeat, creative way, and look at that conversation. That was just like freaking reading a script to a freaking movie or something. Like, you see everything going on like you're watching a freaking movie. So what I'm trying to say, and by the way, I'm the girl, okay? So this is just 2 examples of text that I've gotten from guys. The first was bad, and I was the one who blocked that guy because I was bored. I was bored out of my mind, okay? And the second conversation, actually, I still text this guy, and things are not getting serious between us because he started the conversation in a very, very creative way, and I love stuff like that. And of course, And that actually showed his personality. It showed his personality that he's, one of those caring, dominant guy that just want to take care of the girl and stuff like that, because he's like, I used being home and staying warm tonight. So I'm like, oh, I'm actually home. He's like, oh really? But like, I can't wait to make you mine. Like, oh my god, he was just showing up his personality, who he was, and that's who he is, because he's still the same. So that's why that first impression matter. If you come up as a boring person with your highs, just know you're gonna be blocked soon, because nobody wants to hang out with boring. And if you're not like this guy, or you don't know how to be creative, I feel like everybody can be creative. Trust me. Just go to the profile picture, find something creative that you like, or something that you like, and compliment that. That would show you attentive. I kind of like stuff like that, when somebody take that time and do that, or anything you want to try. It could be the profile picture, it could be what they say on their profile page, or whatever it is, or their age, or anything. Trust me, you can be creative. Just don't be boring and just be lazy and just start with the high, because that's why conversation does not last long. Okay, so guys, that's all I got for you today. And today's episode was about tips for guys and how to start that first conversation. And trust me, this is gonna be a series, dating tricks and tips for beginners, or for everybody, but I'm gonna call it for beginners, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about these things. But if you don't know about these things, then you can come over here, of course, and get these tips for yourself. Hopefully you've learned a lot today based on all I said, because I'll be putting more episodes out, and it's gonna be explaining lots and lots of aspects of relationships and dating, and tips and tricks you will never hear anywhere but here. So if you wanna hear all these nitty-gritty details, make sure you tune in to my podcast so you don't miss any information. Love you guys. Bye.